All right, Hannah, some breaking news into SportsCenter. Packers running back Josh Jacobs has been released from a Wisconsin jail after being arrested and accused of numerous domestic violence crimes. 2 of the charges he could face are felonies and 4 are misdemeanors. The district attorney has not officially charged Jacobs, but an investigation continues. His attorneys say they are confident the evidence will confirm that no charges. Team activities are happening all around the league. We go to the Patriots, who are in action trying to build on last year's Super Bowl run. But there are uncertainties. Who will Drake May throw to? Stefon Diggs is out. Is A.J. Brown coming in? And then there's the whole saga surrounding Coach Mike Vrabel's off-field activities. He addressed the media for the first time since missing day 3 of the draft. It is new on SportsCenter.
Last time we talked to you, you apologized for the distraction.
Sure.
And you talked about the team being one of the things that you were apologizing to. How do you feel like you've been able to mitigate, if not completely erase, that distraction?
Well, I mean, again, what that, we all have to deal with things, outside of here. And my focus and obviously the excitement that I have for coaching is what is most important right now.
When we spoke to you last, you were talking about the balance of family and football. Just how would you describe how that process has been going?
Oh, really good. I think that's, again, I appreciate my family is great. I love Jen. I love the boys. I love, my personal friends. And then, this spring is focused on really the coaching staff, the players, more importantly than the coaching staff. But I just, seeing the coaches in the second year, how smooth the conversations are, hey, we love this play, how do we make it better? And then these guys, they go out and they find ways to make it better, and then we have conversations, and then we decide on a few things.
Patriots reporter Mike Reese with us now. Mike, we just heard from Mike Vrabel. What more did he have to say about the time he spent away from the team during the draft?
Well, Jay, I want to give you a feel for the room here. Every seat taken, media members standing around, a lot of anticipation for what Vrabel was going to say, and a few other things that I took away from what he said. He has no regrets for being away from the team for day 3 of the draft. And when he was asked if there might be more time that he misses in the future, he deflected that question, and he said he's focused on the present, here, right now, and he used the words, in full force. Now, I just got back from practice, Jay, and I want to tell you, watching Mike Vrabel, you wouldn't know that there was any of this other stuff swirling around him. I watched him coaching the running backs, and I heard him say, no pitter-patter with the feet, so he's really locked in on the field to the football.
You mentioned the field. When it comes to playing on the field, or Adam Schefter reporting that a trade for Eagles wideout A.J. Brown is likely after June 1st. What did Coach Vrabel say about the possibility of that happening?
The official word, Jay, and we've heard this for the last few months, they want to continue to improve the roster any chance they can get. And I will tell you, number 11, A.J. Brown's number, is still available here in New England. It's been available the last 2 months. And there's some interesting developments at that wide receiver position out at practice. No Kayshon Boutte, who was a starter for this team last year. And Stefon Diggs, of course, who used to lead the team in drills, is no longer with the team. So I'm watching that receiver group, and I watched Romeo Doubs, who Mike Vrabel had highlighted as someone that it was great to see him out in the field, calling yesterday and today really positive so far as it comes to Romeo Doubs and the wide receivers.
Mike Reese with the latest on the Patriots. Mike, thank you so much.
Football analyst Harry Douglas joins us now. So, Harry, we have Drake May finishing as runner-up for MVP, obviously leading the paths to the Super Bowl. What specifically do you want to see from this team from the get-go this season to build upon that momentum from last year?
Hannah, I'm going all offensively right now, and it's going to be protecting your franchise quarterback, Drake May. He showed that he can play at an MVP caliber level, even though he lost to Matthew Stafford. But he was also sacked 47 times in the regular season. That was 4 to a Super Bowl. So what did the Patriots do? They went out and got offensive guard Elijah Vera Tucker. They drafted Caleb LaMove from Utah with their first-round draft pick. They're trying to beef up that offensive line. Now, secondly, I would say getting off to a fast start. They played the Seahawks, they played the Steelers, they played the Jaguars, and then they played the Buffalo Bills within their first 4 games. Those are 4 teams that made the playoffs a season ago. So a fast start is imperative for the New England Patriots to show that last year in 2025 was not a fluke.
By the way, 3 of those first 4 games that you mentioned are on the road. So good litmus test early on for the Pats. And let's keep it in the AFC East. There are obviously significant changes in Buffalo. They have a new head coach, Joe Brady, elevated from OC. They have a new option for Josh Allen. DJ Moore is now a Buffalo Bill. They are debuting a brand new stadium. But what specifically do you have your eye on when it comes to the Buffalo Bills?
For me, it's going to be the defensive side of football. And you look at the last 2 exits last season in 2025 when they lost to the Denver Broncos. Well, guess what? They allowed 33 points in that matchup. The previous year, the AFC Championship game, they allowed Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes to score 32 points. So defensive coordinator Jim Leonhard, who once played in the Buffalo Bills uniform, is now going to be orchestrating things defensively. But can they get stops and help out their quarterback Josh Allen? Because we know he is a franchise quarterback and also elite.
Yeah, have they done enough to finally get over the hump at some point? Is Josh Allen going to get to a Super Bowl in his career? All right, let's talk about a fan base that's... I love that. All right, back to the NFL where the Eagles are holding their OTAs. After winning a Super Bowl in 2024, Philly won the division again last year, but as you know, they lost in the wild card round. The Eagles making coaching changes again this offseason, naming Sean Mannion as their new offensive coordinator. Saquon Barkley spoke about it new on SportsCenter.
I'm excited to work with him. I think he's been doing a really good job. He's super smart. He works really hard. Not only him, but all the offensive staff, especially new guys. And right now, we're just working on building the foundation. And it's been fun so far. I mean, I think it's too early to get too deep into the X and O's right now. Really focusing on just building the foundation and buying into that. Obviously, there's some different stuff than we did previously. But, I think it's a great plan that he's putting together. And now it's just taking it step by step and coming to work every single day and improving on it.
Back with Harry Douglas. So the Eagles may not have A.J. Brown on this roster, right, for Sean Mannion. He may not have that little piece or very big piece of the puzzle. It is the 5th offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts in 5 years. What does success for this particular offense look like to you?
And I think what needs to be at the forefront of everything is rushing the football. And you look at the system that Sean Mannion was able to play under in his playing days. Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay, and then he's learning the Matt LaFleur. Everything that the offensive system wants to do is predicated off of the run game. They were 18th in rushing in 2025. Well, the year they won the Super Bowl in 2024, they were 2nd in rushing. Now, off of that run game comes a lot of the play action, which Sean Mannion is going to run. They're going to throw the football over the middle of the field a lot more this year than they have in the past. But don't sleep on tight end Eli Stowers. This is their 2nd round pick, I believe, from Vandy. He's a matchup nightmare against linebackers, safeties. He's a guy that has some wiggle to him. I believe they're going to live in 12 personnel a lot more this season. That's 1 back, 2 tight ends, and 2 wide receivers with Dallas Goedert and also Eli Stowers on the football field.
A lot of folks living in 12 personnel. That's the trend right now, right? 12 and 13 personnel in the NFL. All right, let's stay in the NFC. Let's talk about the Commanders. This is a really interesting team. So they go to the NFC title game in 2024, right? Jaden Daniels has this fantastic rookie season. Then last year, he's hampered by injury. And here is Dan Quinn on whether his quarterback has something to prove, new on SportsCenter.
That's a question for him, but I would say his teammates, his coaches know like this is a relentless competitor. One of the traits I admire the most about him is like his ability to deliver in clutch moments. And that's something that goes with the work and the preparation to go do that. But I think just his competitive nature almost answers that's all the time that he's always, wanting to prove and get to that space.
Harry, we love Jaden Daniels, but he missed 10 games last year. Now healthy, he's been working out with his receivers in the off season. What are your expectations for him?
Number one, availability is the best ability. You have to be available to your football team, your teammates in the front office, so you can go out there and perform at a high level like we've seen him doing his rookie season. Now, I think the way Washington can help Jaden Daniels out a lot more is be better defensively. And I like a lot of the moves that they made within free agency. They drafted Sonny Styles at the linebacker position, who's very athletic, played at Ohio State. He's a national champion. But the more that they can protect him and run the football, the better off he's going to be. So we can see what he was able to do in his rookie season when he got this team to an NFC Championship game. So he has to be available and not get injured often like we seen in 2025.
Yeah, and listen, they had a lot of players on the back end of their careers that were signed last year. So some hope in some of this young talent as they open at the Eagles and at the Cowboys. Harry, thank you.